Denyce. I am in my orchard and in my garden. I love singing and I love cooking. So I'd like to invite you to my home where we can laugh and have fun and cook and talk and create something beautiful and delicious. Join me. Many of my friends have said to me over the years, we think you've missed your calling, Denyce. You shouldn't have been a singer at all. You should have been a party planner, or you should have been a baker. Well, I think I still should have been a singer, but I also enjoy cooking. So I want to invite you to my home. I hope you can join us. It's going to be a lot of fun and delicious. Time to get cooking. Hi, I'm Denyce, and welcome to the second episode of Cooking with Denyce, the Lasagna Showdown. After last week's show, I received a lot of email from people asking about lasagna, to fix lasagna for a Sunday dinner. And lasagna is a no-fuss sort of main dish that can be modified to suit anybody's needs. You could do it with zucchini, as we did last week, and eggplant. You can put in mushrooms and all sorts of different things. So in speaking with today's guest about the lasagna menu, she said to me, oh, I've got a really great recipe for lasagna. And I said, well, I think I do a pretty tasty lasagna too. So hence we have the Lasagna Showdown. I am joined today by one of the most brilliant and sought after artists of our times. Concert engagements have taken her to Carnegie Hall, the Kennedy Center, Teatro Colon, Spoleto Festival, to name just a few. She is the co-artistic director of the Lyric Fest and one of the most distinguished and beautifully orchestral pianists that I've ever had the joy to work with. She's also one of my most treasured friends, Laura Ward. Hey, Miss Laura, you there?
I think so.
Laura, thank you for doing this with me today. I just saw you a few days ago, but it's wonderful to see you here in your kitchen, which I know so well. And I've spent many a wonderful time at your kitchen table.
Well, we love having you at our kitchen table, Denyce.
Thanks so much. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a hot sausage lasagna, and the key is the sausage. This particular sausage I get from North Carolina, actually. It's from the Ne Hunta place. It's in Pikesville and in Goldsboro. And so that's really what I use. I actually did make my own pasta sauce with Roma tomatoes. I did that last night. But first you've got to start with roaring pot of hot water. You've got to salt that. It has to be salty, like the sea, they say, you know. So you put a lot of salt in there. And then you put in your lasagna noodles. It's important about the lasagna noodles. I didn't do these are the old-fashioned slow cook ones. It's important to let them cook for only 6 to 7 minutes. Don't let them get cooked all the way because you're going to need that later. Then after you do that, the thing about lasagna is you just put it all together once you have all of the ingredients. So I've got a bechamel sauce. I'm going to be doing that instead of ricotta cheese, which I think some people do. The bechamel sauce is just going to be like 2 cups of whole milk, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 3 tablespoons of flour, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, kosher salt and pepper. And I've already done that, and that's here. And then this is that wonderful, delicious sausage that I was telling you about from the Nehunta place. And I'll put that here so that we can assemble this really, really quickly, because I want to have time to speak to my wonderful friend, Laura. This sausage is so delicious. There's a friend of mine who I think probably got the lasagna request going, and he always calls me and says, are you making lasagna? That's Javon. You know who you are, Javon. And do you have any of that sausage from North Carolina? So they ship it to me. And I love that. Okay, so what you want to do, here's what I did. I already cooked the noodles, and I wet a rag, and I laid the noodles out on that so we can assemble it really quickly. You want to put some sauce on the bottom. At least that's what I do. Put some sauce on the bottom. It depends on if you like it really, this particular, if you like it really saucy or not. I do. I put some pancetta in this. I baked some tomatoes, roasted some tomatoes last night, and I'm just layering this. Roasted some tomatoes last night with some olive oil, salt and pepper, some oregano, some Italian seasoning, that sort of thing. And then you just build it, and you can put it in whichever order you want to. I may start with, let's say, since I've got that right here, a little bit of bechamel, a little bechamel sauce. I love this. I use some nutmeg in mine because I think it gives a fantastic nutty flavor. And this is in place of the ricotta cheese if you like doing that. I prefer the bechamel sauce myself. Then you put some of this wonderful sausage. Also, I put a lot of hot peppers because this is hot sausage lasagna. I put a lot of hot peppers in my sauce. So you just layer that like that. You put it in this wonderful, oh, this sausage is so delicious. Then you can put some cheese up there. Sometimes I put mozzarella. I put a little bit of mozzarella. And you just keep layering it. You put some more, you can put some more. This is all going to sort of go together, but I think that that's completely fine. And one thing that I do when I'm making lasagna is I take them in different directions for the layers because I think it stabilizes it. So I go in the opposite direction for the next time, and you just layer it like that, right? And that goes really, how do you do yours, Laura? Are you there?
Yeah, I am here. In what way what do you mean, how do I do mine?
Well, well, I think this is a different recipe that we're talking about. But
Right.
when you make a lasagna, you made a different one today, which you'll talk about. But I was just talking about that I layer my noodles differently. You know, I'll do it one direction and then I'll do it in the other direction to sort of stabilize it because it can fall apart, you know.
Right. Well, you'll see today that I'm doing the lazy man's lasagna.
Ooh.
There's a lot of praying that goes on with this one.
A lot of praying.
Okay.
Very, very good. All right, terrific. So you just keep layering that, and then you put that in the oven for about an hour, 15 minutes. You can cover that up with aluminum foil for 1 hour, and then the last 15 minutes you can uncover it just so that it gets nice and brown and bubbly on the top. And then after that, I'm going to do a salad. And the salad will be everything that's from my garden. All of these things I picked this morning from my garden, the tomatoes, the pepper, the cucumber, more zucchini, even the honeydew melon, and the zucchini flower, which I love too, which you can eat. A lot of the Italians like to fry the zucchini flowers. It's delicious that way too. So you just keep building that, and then you put it in the oven. So we're basically, oops, I left off some of the bechamel sauce. Put some more bechamel sauce in there because I love that stuff. My husband loves this bechamel. He calls it bashimi sauce. He always says, are you going to make it with bashimi sauce? That's what he calls it. Anyway, so there we go. All right. So Laura, what's happening with you?
Okay, well, you were really fast, my friend.
Yes, because I wanted more time to speak to you.
Yeah, well, you got way ahead of me. So what I'm doing is I'm making my bechamel, And this recipe was originally from a Martha Stewart magazine.
Okay.
And I decided to up the flavor a little bit.
All right.
So instead of just milk and flour and salt and pepper, I have 2 garlic cloves that I add to it.
Yeah.
In there, and then I also chopped up a preserved lemon.
Ooh.
Which is a nice little tang.
What's this lasagna called again, Laura?
It's called lemon lasagna.
Lemon lasagna. All right.
Yeah. So, and the other thing is, Denyce, you said instead of ricotta, I do both.
Oh, so you do the bechamel and the ricotta.
Ricotta in the bechamel.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. To get it nice and thick.
Yeah.
And I also add a pinch of red pepper flakes.
Yes, absolutely. A little heat.
3/4 cup of Parmesan cheese.
Mm-hmm.
My bechamel. Because this is kind of a, you need to get the flavor in there. And this is kind of a lighter lasagna because it's made with, I use chicken sausage, Swiss chard, and bechamel. And I do no boil noodles because I'm definitely lazy where that's concerned. So
Okay.
I've made bechamel. I put the ingredients in. I had the milk, the butter, the flour, the red pepper flakes, Parmesan, garlic, and preserved lemon. And then I put about 5 cups of cleaned and sliced Swiss chard into this. And I have to be honest, I did this earlier today, and when I was working on it, the sauce was a little bit too thick. And since I use no boil lasagna noodles,
Yeah.
I add a little bit more milk just to get plenty of liquid in there because that's where that's where you have to pray over it, you know what I mean?
Oh, I see. That's where the praying comes in.
Yeah, like please moisten the noodles.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna be okay in this one. So for me, the layering is, hold on.
It's ready to go in the oven.
I just spread a little bit of the bechamel. Now, if you want me to be quiet, if you want to move to something else, tell me, because I'm just going to town here.
Okay.
So I spread a layer of this Swiss chard bechamel on the bottom of my pan, and it's just enough to cover the bottom, just like you did. And then I put 3 of these no boil noodles like this, and that's where the praying starts. See, because what happens when they absorb the liquid, they expand and spread out, right?
Right.
That's what happens, okay?
Oh, I see.
And so then I take half of my pound of pre-cooked chicken sausage, and I sprinkle it liberally over that. Then I put about a cup of this sauce on. I promise I washed my hands.
We both use sausage
Yeah.
instead of ground beef, which I think.
No, I use chicken sausage for this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Italian chicken sausage, and it has red pepper in that too. So I got a little kick going a lot of ways.
Woo!
And, so there's bechamel, noodles, sausage, chard. Then more layers. After the sausage, spread it out. Spread out another cup or so of bechamel.
I'm with you.
Then I take my pre-cooked lemon slices and gently lay them on top, about a lemon's worth. So that's
So pre-cooked lemon slices, what do you submerge that in water for a little bit? And,
I boil them in water for 7 minutes and then put them on a paper towel to drain.
yeah.
How's
All right.
that?
All
Then
right.
3 more noodles, the rest of the sauce. Because I try to keep as much of the sauce towards the top, so this liquid will soak down into these cardboard noodles, as I call them. But they're not cardboard when it comes out. So spread that all over.
On the end.
Then top with lemon slices. Cover with foil and bake for 30 minutes at a 350 oven. And there you go.
Ta-da!
I'll show you the final step in just a second. Your turn.
Yum! Well, I'll tell you a little secret. You shared with me that recipe, so I made it also last night. But I didn't make it nearly as fancy as you did.
Oh.
Yeah, because how are we supposed to have a lasagna showdown unless we have something to compare it to, right?
Well, I guess you're right about that, Denyce.
Yeah. To taste the different, the different lasagnas. And that one is so different.
Yeah, it is. But
even though it also has the sausage and the bechamel sauce, it's really very different, Yeah. All right, I'm going to get my vegetables together for my salad. And I'm going to use some of these wonderful beauties from my garden. I'm so excited. How much lasagna did you make? I found that last week I had so much, oh my gosh, so many pork chops and so, and so much, zucchini bread and zucchini gratin. Oh my goodness.
Okay, now I had some of that zucchini gratin when I was at your house.
Yes, you did.
It was darn good too.
Pretty good.
So Denyce, I just want to tell you what my last step is.
Okay.
I
Okay.
cooked my lasagna.
Yeah.
Covered with foil for 30 minutes. Now I'm going to put my oven on broil. Top my lasagna with the remaining 4th cup of Parmesan cheese.
Ooh.
And once that broiler is heated,
yeah,
I'm going to put it in under the broiler and have it nice.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, right. Very nice.
Okay, so what you got going in your salad there?
Well, I'm taking some of the cucumber from the garden. I've got the peppers and the tomatoes, all the stuff that came from the garden this morning. And I've just got some lettuce leaves. I have also some zucchini flowers and some microgreens too that we had growing in the windowsill in our little COVID window garden. We started, my husband and my daughter love avocado. And so that was sort of the beginning of what became the avocado wars in our house, because Robert likes them a certain way, Ella likes them a certain way. And we had so many avocado that we had all these seeds. And I said, well, why don't we keep the seeds and do something with the seeds? Whoops, that means to take the lasagna out, which I just did. Why don't we do something with the seeds? So we took the seeds and we stuck toothpicks in them, and we put it in water, but not so that the actual seed is submerged on the water, just so it's in the water, but not all the way submerged. And we have got growing about 7 avocado trees. It's unbelievable. I mean, it took a while for them to get roots, and we sort of started this at the beginning of the stay at home. And now they are really growing. It's incredible. I've got one in the windowsill. I can show you a little bit. I'll bring that over to show you what happened there and show you what that process looks like. But the other ones are outside. And it's just incredible what's happened. So look at this sweet little thing. I mean, look at that. So that's the avocado seed. We just put some toothpicks in it so it's not all the way submerged. And you can see the roots at the bottom there. And then look at this sweetness.
Oh.
And we've got about 6 or 7 of them planted outside. And it's really happening. So that's a lot of fun for us. And a lot of fun, I think, also for the kids. So, you know, to see that, you know, if you really take your time and care about something, it's incredible what that will give back to you, what that return will be. So I just feel like that this is such a rich and fantastic dish that I wanted to cut it with some, we got to cut it with some vegetables. You can't have lasagna every day. I mean, I would love to have it every day, but it's super, super, super rich. Particularly the way I do it with that sausage and with the bechamel sauce, that right there will set you back.
Well, see, I think with the way I make this lasagna, the salad is already in there, right? With all that
with the escarole, I mean, not the escarole, the
Swiss chard.
Swiss chard, yeah.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I'm into one dish dinners, honey.
That's right.
I'll put together a salad, but I'd rather it just be really easy.
Avocado babies. Ann Pinkston, avocado babies. Californians grow up doing this. All right. Thank you so much. Laura, did you hear the news? There's some incredible news. I don't know if you were aware of this.
Which news? There's so much.
Columbia Artist Management.
Yes, I saw that.
Oh my God, what's going to happen now? So Columbia Artist Management is one of the largest arts management organization for singers and conductors and directors, and they've been in the business for more than 90 years. And like everything else, has taken, particularly where the creative arts are concerned, have taken an incredible hit. And I used to be managed by them for several years.
Right.
And now they're closing their doors forever. I don't know what's going to happen with all those artists.
Oh, I know.
I am so shocked. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
That right there is an enormous heartbreak. I mean, maybe they've got a plan B. I don't know, but I don't know how many artists they represent, but a whole lot. I'll tell you that.
Right.
This thing has been devastating for, you know, the creative arts, because
we're just having to learn a new way, you know.
You better believe it. You better believe it.
Like, for example, me being on a live FaceTime cooking show.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have seen this coming.
Well, you know, as you know, because Laura and I have been friends for a long time, and we are talking and cooking all the time and calling each other. What'd you prepare tonight? What'd you fix tonight? Oh, I did this. Oh, let me try this way. And every time, and I'm not kidding, every time I go to her house for a rehearsal, we sit at her table and eat something fantastic that she's created. And then I come home and I make it. And I spoke about this last time in last week's episode. It's so true. She's such a wonderful cook. Well, I remember one time you made a frittata, and I came home and I made that frittata, and the kids said to me, "It's good, but you put a lot of ingredients in it." I had so much stuff in there. I had potatoes and bacon and I don't know, sweet.
That's my one dish dinner, honey.
Your one dish dinner, yeah. Well.
Did you tell the story about the chicken pot pie rehearsal?
No. What happened with the chicken pot pie rehearsal?
Well, you were taking the train down from New York, and I was going to come pick you up and bring you back here to rehearse.
Yeah.
And the train was later and later and later, and you were like, "Oh my goodness," you were texting me, "I can't believe this. I don't know. I have to get back because I have something else." And I said, "Wow, that's too bad because I have homemade chicken pot pie." And you said, "Well, I'll have time to eat that."
Just so happens. It wasn't that important after all.
Yeah, and that was good chicken pot pie too.
Yeah, I love making that. That's a wonderful hearty dish. And I made that some this last winter. My husband loved it. I did it with phyllo dough. Well, how do you do yours? You make your own dough and everything?
No, lazy man. I go to the store and get frozen puff
Yeah.
pastry.
Yeah.
But I mean, I start off by roasting the chicken with all of these root vegetables and tons of onion and garlic and really, really hot oven.
Woo!
So everything gets caramelized.
Yummy.
And you take the chicken out and you put the chicken back in the pan with some chicken stock, and you get frozen corn and frozen peas, put that in there, and you roll out puff pastry. With rosemary and lemon in that too.
Oh, Laura.
I love
Girl,
that.
that sounds delicious.
Yeah.
So many people wrote to me about the from last week's broadcast about the fried chicken competition. Because I've been speaking to some singers about joining us in the kitchen. And so Kevin Thompson will be with us next week. Can you hear me? I'm sorry, honey.
No, I just been pointing to my trophy.
Oh. Yes. Yes.
It sits in a very prominent place in the kitchen, and anytime somebody new comes in my house, they say, do you fry chicken really? Yes, Denyce, I really fry chicken, right?
Right. Oh my God, that was so much fun. So much fun. Well, my lasagna, we're ready on this end. I don't know if I've got a glass of wine going, not one of my husband's fancy ones, because, he's like very, very fancy with it, and a real wine aficionado and an enthusiast. I like a blend that costs like $25. Anyhow.
So,
are
Grace going to come down and have lasagna?
Well, I think I have to go to New York tomorrow because my husband has to have something done, and I need to pick up Max. So I think I'll be in New York tomorrow, but I'm going to see you on Wednesday because we've got to do a videotaping for the engagement that we're doing.
Yes.
But but I'm coming to your place on Wednesday, early Wednesday morning, and then.
Somebody asked about the fried chicken trophy, so I'm just going to hold it up again.
Fried chicken trophy, yes.
Yes, indeed, there is a fried chicken trophy, and it actually has my name on it. Chef Laura.
Chef Laura.
Queen Extraordinaire. August 13th, 2017, yes.
Oh, is that when it was?
Yes, that was quite a day, too.
Oh, my gosh. So much fun.
Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking, though, because I didn't realize you had turned it into a real competition until I walked in your front door.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then you had that big banner hanging over the staircase that said fried chicken competition.
Yes.
Yes, and then I saw all these table settings for various judges. I have to admit, I was a little nervous.
I take this thing very, very, very seriously here. Look, and there's my salad. Look at how gorgeous.
Oh, look at that.
I even put some blueberries because I went to go, and there's my zucchini flower. I even went to go pick some blueberries this morning. And then while I was doing that, there were lots of weeds that I was trying to pick, and I dropped and lost so many of the blueberries, which the dog was all too happy to take care of for me. So that worked out.
Care of those.
That worked out just fine. Fine. So anyway, okay, well, we're all good over here. I think I'm all.
I'm going to show my golden brown lemon lasagna. Can we see that in the camera? I think it's.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I think the praying worked, okay, because there's a lot of moisture in there. But for me, I let it sit a little bit just to kind of soak in its juices before I serve it.
Oh, let me put some more, a little bit cheese on top of that. We're doing good. So, Laura, what do you have going on?
Well, I have a lot of things with you, it seems like. And
You can't get rid of me no matter how hard you try.
I really can't. Every time I turn around, we got something else cooked up. No pun intended.
Ha 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 ha.
Lyric Fest, my art song series in Philadelphia, we're going into our 18th season, if you can believe that.
Which season?
18.
Laura.
Yes.
Wow.
A lot of concerts. That's a lot.
That's spectacular.
I mean, you know what one of the things I do love about Lyric Fest, besides the music making, is that most of the time out of town guests stay at my house. And so we spend a lot of time making music, and we also spend a lot of time in the kitchen together. And that is so much fun to me.
You betcha.
And I really miss that, I have to say. And I miss that this year.
Yeah. It's true. Well, we will get back to that. We will get back, God willing. Okay, all right, very, very good. I wonder if I should call the girls down to see if they're ready. I told them to come down. Maybe I should, let me just play.
They have to smell it cooking. I couldn't stay out of your kitchen if I was there.
If you could, the smell is divine. So yummy.
Oh, I see your mom there.
You see my mom? Hi, Mom.
You always make.
She said to me, she said, Denyce, I was sending you messages. You weren't responding. I said, I was too busy doing everything. I didn't have a chance to, really check in because it was the first one and there was a lot happening. And anyway, I'm going to cut up this lasagna and get that going. See if the girls will come down. We also have salad yes, we have the dressing. I made a salad dressing.
Aunt Trish's salad dressing.
Yes, honey, yes. Now, where is it in this refrigerator? That is the thing. Here we go. Made a salad dressing, just easy. When I lived in France, I never bought salad dressing. And I should just make it all the time. And so each time, it was different. And I love it. Because I like a lot of bite and I like a lot of heat and I like Dijon mustard and I put a lot of Dijon mustard in there. So that was very piquant. So I liked that way. But basically you could just take olive oil. I use rice vinegar, which I like a lot. You can put some honey in there, salt and pepper. You can actually throw all kinds of different things in there. I should have taken this out earlier, it looks like. It seized a little bit. So I'm going to take the girls' plates and plate that up for them. Where'd you go, Laura?
Huh?
Laura!
So, Denyce, what do you have coming up besides more adventures with me?
Well, I do have lots of adventures with you, and I've got a wonderful PBS special coming up at the end of September. And then, of course, I'm adjunct faculty at Peabody Conservatory, so that starts tomorrow, actually. And there's a big project that I'm working on for them and for the end of the semester and for the beginning of the semester also. So I'm really excited about that. And I've got a lot of singing, doing tons and tons of master classes. I mean, so many. With Kappa, with Roosevelt University, with University of Toronto, Peabody, lots of different places, lots of different master classes coming up. So I enjoy that very, very much, and I love the work with the girls too.
Are they all going to be virtual and are they going to be a combination of virtual and live?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's all going to be virtual. It's all going to be virtual because I think most of the places, but the great thing about that right now is that it allows us to be able to, also we can invite and we have much more access to artists than we did before, right? So that's been fantastic. That part about it has been really, really good. I'll get some other plates because it'll be easier to do that from back here. So about that part, I'm extremely happy. I'm just going to get some plates and serve this up. Where'd they go? I think we're actually going to make it within our hour, which is what I wanted. I didn't want it to. Last time, I think we went too long. Laura lives in Philly, fried chicken competition at the Lyric Fest. We can stop by. Oh, somebody told on you, Laura.
I'm all for it, Denyce. All for it. As a matter
So
of
many of
fact,
my students called and said, "Can we stop by the house and get leftovers?" And some people did take leftovers with them.
well, and one of the competitors in the fried chicken competition lives 10 seconds from my house.
Yes.
So, we could do this socially distanced, actually.
Is that a challenge?
In my house, and then we can meet outside.
I'm ready to do this.
You would say that. No.
I'm ready to do it.
Okay.
I'm in.
All right. Okay. Well, we got to figure this out.
I don't know how it is with your lasagna, Laura, but I really find that lasagna really needs to have a day to sort of sit, get together. It's usually better, I think, the day after. I also use my own basil.
Ooh, nice. And my dog said that's nice too, Pearl.
I heard Miss Pearline. I heard her.
She likes homemade. She likes our homegrown basil. Oh, Denyce, that looks so good.
Woo! All right now. It is super, 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 super rich, however. And I think that I will put some,
Ooh.
Yes, honey. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm thinking when you come on Wednesday,
I should bring some with me?
that's what I'm thinking.
Yes, I will.
And Larry Brownlee wants you to send some overnight.
Oh. He's so lovely. I've gotten to know him a lot lately. I didn't know him so much before. Remember, we met him at the Supreme Court.
Yes.
His wife was pregnant. I remember that. But I did his show, and actually doing his show was sort of what was one of the reasons that inspired this cooking show. It was something that I've always wanted to do, and I just thought, if you want to do it, just go ahead and do it, Denyce. I'm the love of my life. There's not going to be someone to come, do it for me. If I want to do this, then go ahead and do it. It's something that it was a dream, and something also that's very much a natural. And most singers that I know love cooking and love being in the kitchen. It's an opportunity to speak and to do an interview and to eat, which is what we love doing. But here we are. There we have that right there. And then the girls have lemonade, because what perfect thing to have right now during COVID, right? It's like, that's what we've got to do. Let me move those out of the way. Got to make lemonade. Come on in, girls. Come on, we're waiting for you. Come over this way. You're going to come here. Oh, wait a minute. I did something wrong. I gave you both the same kind of lasagna, but what I need to do is give you some of Laura's. What in the world is wrong with me? What the heck's the matter with you?
Wow.
What are you doing dancing?
Having a competition again.
Well, no, we're not. This is not a competition. I know how that makes you uneasy. This is not a competition. It's a tasting. And these are our teenage tasters, okay? That's what it is. It's not a competition.
Ella and Grace, be nice to me.
It doesn't matter.
Ella, remember
What the heck's the matter with you? And this is Laura's, but it's not fair, because it won't taste like hers, because I didn't do all her special tricks and all those things that she told me about at the last minute.
Ski hates tasters.
Right?
I know how this will go down.
All right, how about that? So this, I'm not sure that this is, I'm sure this won't taste as delicious as yours. I'm sure it won't. So it's not really even that fair, right? And that is still but crusty like Ella likes. What?
That recipe might be a little bit bland.
This one?
Not that I don't love it.
Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, Miss Laura.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. But I did use my super hot sausage from North Carolina, so I did do that.
Okay, okay, good.
So I know it might have some, the North Carolina flavor in it. This is super hot. I just took it out of the oven, and it's not exactly, it needs a little time to rest. We're not there yet. This, I know this is like way, 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 way too much food. But here, hand me your plate.
Yeah, I thought we were just gonna like,
Taste a little bit.
Taste a little bit. I wasn't prepared for this.
Okay, I'm nervous.
You're nervous? Well, don't be nervous because this isn't yours. Like, it's just your recipe, but it isn't yours.
So this isn't a competition?
No, it is not. Do not say the C word. That makes her freak out. She gets all nervous if you say that. No, it's a tasting.
Competition.
Here, Grace. And Grace and Ella are both musical theater students at the Walnut Hill School. And so their school for this semester is online. So they have been studying together here. And it's been so wonderful to hear them vocalizing in the house like a little conservatory, and their wonderful voices so fresh, and so pristine and clean. When I hear them sing, I just go, oh my gosh, to have that sort of, beautiful purity of sound like that again. I'm not sure I actually ever had that though, but I had a different kind of sound. All right, Laura.
Hey, I'm watching.
You watching?
Yeah, and I'm holding my breath.
Super, super hot. It's super hot, so I'm going to enjoy a glass of wine while all of this happens.
Good idea.
What's wrong with me? I'm going to have some too, duh.
So Denyce, when you had your Sunday dinners, did you eat dinner early or was it like around this time?
We eat dinner early. We used to do it. It's a tradition in my home. When we come home from church, we'd come home and have dinner, and that was usually about 2 or 3. And I loved doing that. And in general, I like eating earlier, because then you have time to digest. You can take a walk. You could do, as I'm quite the pumpkin. I'm up very, very early, but I crash. Unless I'm performing, I crash early. Most of my friends know, don't even call me after 6 p.m. because I'm out, unless I have something to do. When I say I'm out, I mean I'm just sort of out of the game, but not out, But I'm usually, my brother tells everybody, if you want to catch Denyce, call her at 6 a.m. and that's when you'll get her,
That's
Yeah.
right. That's when the texts start coming.
Nut
No.
problems.
I'm just checking.
Well, you know what? There's nutmeg.
I don't
The
think
spice.
nutmeg
I don't
is
think that's a nut.
I'm pretty sure we can Google it, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm like
it's not.
90% sure.
Grace has a nut allergy.
Yes.
The last thing I want to have do is your parents come here and give me the smackdown from.
I don't think. I'm pretty positive it's not.
Well, it's
The name-
nutmeg.
Well, despite the name, nutmeg isn't a nut. It's really a seed. If you have a nut allergy, you may be able to eat nutmeg without any risk of allergic reaction.
You may.
That's what the internet says.
Like you may.
It's,
If it has.
if you have
Oh
a nut
my
allergy, you may be able to eat nutmeg without any risk of an allergic reaction. However, if you have a seed allergy, you may need to avoid.
You don't have a
nutmeg
seed allergy, do you?
No.
Whew. Well, do you have an EpiPen in case something happens?
Yes.
Upstairs.
Yes.
All right. It's nutmeg, but there are
Yeah.
no nuts.
The EpiPen is the absolute worst case scenario.
How do you do the EpiPen? It's like
thigh, yellow,
blue to the sky.
blue to the sky, yellow to the thigh.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and you have to like. shake
Okay,
it.
girls. Well, wait. Laura is waiting.
Well,
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I like this. Of course, the first bite was the sausage, which I know I love. But I like. Hey, Laura, I like this.
yeah.
Yeah, girl. I think this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
That.
switching.
And you can doctor it up however you want to, like I do.
Yeah, I don't
What'd you
really-
say?
I don't really know how much.
You
we
can
want.
doctor it up a little bit like I did. You know, add a little kick to it. But if you have your hot sausage in there, it should be fine.
The hot sausage is in there, and I think it tastes terrific.
Awesome.
I love it.
All right, Grace, you ready?
Yeah, hold on, wait.
All right, girls.
We switched.
We switched.
You switched?
I did yours first, and Grace did Laura's, and now we're gonna try the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I like Laura's.
I think I like
I
it.
heard that.
Did you hear that?
I sure did.
It's mutiny, both of them.
What?
I think we're going to have to get another trophy printed, made up.
I could add it to my collection.
And Ella, that's very wrong. I mean, that's really, really wrong. You can't do
I
that
was
to me.
really prepared to say that it was you, but I was just, it was very good.
That's very wrong. Oh my goodness. Did you hear that?
Thank you, Ella.
No problem.
That's it. We're no longer friends.
I don't have any nutmeg in mine.
Oh, wow. You think the nutmeg is what did it? I put nutmeg in the bechamel sauce because I think it
Of
gives
course
it a
you
nice
did.
little
I do
spice.
too. I do too. I always use nutmeg. I just don't for the
I'm extra for now.
Oh my good Lord. Well, I'm going to taste mine. And I know which one is going to be my
It
favorite.
wasn't bad. I just like Laura's.
And she had to rub it. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. I did. And, regardless of that,
That was wrong.
I
Okay.
want to hear some of yours when you come on Wednesday, please.
She liked Laura's. Well, well, well. All right, that's it. All right, so fried chicken competition is back on. This is war now, Laura. Laura, where are you? Did she leave?
No, I'm here. I'm holding my trophy.
Oh.
See, I mean,
I'm going to taste some of mine.
okay.
Hold on, Dad's calling me to pick up.
Yeah, you can.
Hold on. Dad?
You are in so much trouble.
I just,
I can't help you out. I'm sorry.
I was,
That right there
listen, he hung up.
was the height
He hung up.
of betrayal. Right? Even Robert called her and told her he can't help her. Cannot help you. I'm gonna have to have another glass of this to get through this whole thing.
Listen, I like them both, and I was really ready to say I liked Mom's more because
And she keeps. I think Ella, you're like in a hole.
I'm sorry.
Best not to keep digging yourself in the hole. Let's just stay right
Grace
where we're.
hasn't said anything.
Listen, I'm not saying anything. Everybody has their lasagna.
Bye, Dad.
Oh look, Mom said, Ella, you must love your mom's dish. Thanks, Mom. See, that's it.
You have to love your mom's dish. I don't have to love my mom's.
You have to love your mom's dish. All right. I think Christmas is coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, Christmas is
You're like in such deep water. All right. And that's it. The hot sausage lasagna, which I think is the best. And then Laura's lemon lasagna with Swiss chard and what else was it?
sausage.
What else was it?
Sausage and Swiss chard.
Sausages. But it's the sausage. It's the Denyce sausage that puts that into the other category. When we go on family vacations, I have it shipped where we're going. And we have it just about every day, and I'm not kidding.
I know,
So,
I got some.
so good. What? Are you having some of yours?
No, I'm not yet, Denise, because it's too early for me
Oh,
to
there's
eat right
Jan Perry. This is right. I'm in a bus laughing my head off.
Typo.
I don't know if you guys are wearing a mask, very good. I don't know if you guys remember the singer Janet Perry. She was one of the favorite of Herbert von Karajan. So if there was ever an Ina or an Etta, she sang, you know, that you can hear her on the Rosenkavalier. I don't know, Falstaff, any of those sort of soubrette roles, you know, she sang them. And that was Janet Perry, who just so, hi Jan. And I know that we have our wonderful friends in France. I know that Clara is watching, and maybe Mireille from the south of France in Vauvenargues. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate that. Appreciate everybody's support. Thank you all so much. Very, very good. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy more of my lasagna because we came in under 1 hour, and I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were
Yummy.
prepared this time.
What's that?
We were prepared.
Yes, honey. I had everything prepared. I could not sleep last night trying to think of all the different steps, you know, and making sure that it was ready so we didn't run out of time, as I didn't want to. Last week, I think we ran a little bit too long. And this week, you know, my best girlfriend Anna said, Denise, get everything off the counter. You had too much stuff on the counter. Get that off the counter. I took all the stuff off the counter. And my husband said, you're going to have to change the backsplash because the backsplash is making our eyes go crazy. Anyway, there was nothing I can do about the backsplash.
No,
But,
that's stay.
What?
The
What'd you say?
backsplash is there to stay.
Our love is here to stay. Marcia and Early, ha ha ha. If you ever want to know the truth, ask your daughter. I'm not sure how to take that, Miss Marcia. Not quite sure how to take that, Miss Marcia. I think my daughter actually is just trying to get me back for, you know, years of me telling her what to do, is what I really think. Is that was an opportunity for her to say, you know, no, Mom.
Oh, Ella.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong, but okay.
I'm wrong. Okay, let's go with that. I don't think so.
You act as if I can't see what you're doing.
Huh?
You act as if I can't see that you're like mouthing to the camera.
I know who would have chosen mine. Is Sophie. Huh, Sophie? She would have loved everybody. She's like she's an equal opportunity, you know, pleaser.
Does Sophie eat hot sausage?
No, but she eats anything. She'll eat anything. But no, we don't give it to her. But if I'm in the kitchen cooking and something accidentally hits the floor, she'll be right there on it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, no question about it. Anything. She's our vacuum cleaner, you know. Anything happens. Sophie the vacuum cleaner, she's like right there. So anyway, it's Aubrey. Hello, Miss Graves. I did a master class with you in 2004 at the University of Central Arkansas. Your concert later that night. Oh, thank you, Nish. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Family, friends, and food. Best Sunday. DeAndre. Oh, DeAndre Simmons. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, everybody, for your comments and for your support. And this week, I've gotten so many messages from people. This has been such a surprise for me. I have not been a big social media person at all. But I certainly understand that it can be incredibly, effective, and I can see how it can be so addictive also. But it's been wonderful hearing from people that I haven't heard from in so many years and that I've wondered about. You know, the other day, a good friend, a wonderful cellist, Sandy Jo Malman, reached out and said hello, and just all the people that I've reconnected with since doing this, you know. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. This is just makes my heart feels like it's going to burst from so much appreciation and joy. So thank you, everybody. Miss Laura.
Yeah.
I want to thank you because I love you. And thank you for doing this with me and jumping in there at the last moment like that.
Denyce, I'm grateful for you more than you can possibly know. And I love you too. And I look forward to more music making and food preparing adventures with you. Okay?
All right, you got it.
We have a lot to do yet.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we've got some wonderful projects coming up with your company, with Lyric Fest.
Yes, we do.
Some beautiful things into the next season. So I'm looking forward to that. So everybody, thank you so much for tuning in today. I do so much appreciate that. Whoops, sorry. Thank you, everybody. I just want to say that, you know, that a friend of mine gave me that fantastic recording of Shirley Horn singing Here's to Life. And I listened to that, the last performance, and I listened to that. Let me get my glass for a toast. I listened to that also this morning. So I just want to say that the fragile certain is that who knows what tomorrow may bring or take away. This week we had devastating hurricanes in Louisiana and Texas. And then there were the lost lives of those three incredibly brave heroes in Kenosha, Anthony Huber and Geisha Grosskreutz and Joseph Rosenbaum. And then, of course, a great heartbreak in the losing of Chadwick Boseman, probably best known for his work in Black Panther. So make time in your everyday to create something beautiful, whether it's a delicious meal or enjoying beautiful music. Give something wonderful to yourself each day. Here's to life. I'll see you next Sunday when my guest will be the wonderful American bass, Kevin Thompson. Until then, stay safe, wash those hands. Thank you, everybody.